I'm hoping for the almighty Ganon's Tower big key behind Aga 1. So we're getting started now.
And we got the map to Eastern Palace inside of Link's house, and Sanctuary has a useless compass.
And the compasses are pretty useless. They tell you the item counts in each of the dungeons. That's honestly, at this level of running, you don't need it. It's really worthless. So, but that map to Eastern Palace is going to be helpful because the map to Eastern Palace will tell us what we need. I did not mention earlier, but we do not know where the crystals and the pendants are. We have no idea until we either find a map or we ask a couple of different people. You ask the bomb vendor in Dark World, and you ask Sir Hashral Halahala in the first area over there by Eastern Palace.
Alright, so good news. We did get a 20 rupee first tier tree pull.
And LewdDolphin is doing the Houlihan room, which is a very good idea in Keysanity. It helps you get ready for getting Zora. And with the 20 tree pull, that's going to be quick money for Zora.
And the uncle just gave some, I guess, some lunch money to Link.
Yeah, 5 rupees is hardly enough for lunch anymore.
I'm thinking in high roll terms. It's, $5 probably will get you something.
Might help sick kid get a little bit better. Get him some chicken noodle soup.
Might get what would we do in the Link universe? Probably get him bottle of milk, Lon milk.
Right. Yes. So we've got LewdDolphin coming over here and checking what is on the Lake Hylia Island and going to buy some bombs from this bomb vendor down here.
I didn't quite see it. What was it?
That looked like bombs, actually. I think it was just 3 bombs.
I could tell. I saw blue flash when I looked over, and that was all I saw.
So I'm going to check another tree pool. Single rupees.
We are going to get a lumberjack check.
You know, I'm surprised Lewd went and bought the bombs from there.
A Herbaceous is skipping the lumberjack check. So
yeah.
is Lewd.
Wow, I don't know about that. I like to know, because sometimes you see what's in there and it's like, oh great, hook shot. Gonna have to go get that.
All right, what small key is this? Pod.
Probably gonna see a lot of those early. That's pretty typical.
Yep, because it is the most placed key on the map. There are 6.
Oddly enough, in this tournament, I've been seeing a lot of Keysanity Aga seeds, and it's so weird because it's not really something that is going to happen often, because you still need keys to get through Aga Tower, to get through the Castle Tower, and without those keys, you can only go so far.
Yeah, so to put it in view for chat, so for Aghanim to be required, you need lamp, master sword, or sword/cape. And then you also need 2 castle tower keys.
And also, and a little bit of retrospect to that, the chests that are there are also randomized, so you can only access 1 chest without 1 key. You get the 1 key, you get access to 2 chests.
You get 2 keys, you get access to Aghanim himself.
And the most useless map ever in the back of the bar.
Well, it's a tie between that and Ganon's Tower.
Yeah.
Ooh, sword in Blind's basement?
So far, that's the only thing they've found. They have not found anything else of value other than a sword. Other than money.
Mini Moldorm Cave or the well is going to be pretty hype.
I have a feeling Agina's going to have something this time.
I've actually seen a ton of hype wells lately. Seems like people in Kakariko throw away some good stuff.
Yeah, right? Flushing them down the proverbial Hyrule toilet.
I'll try to think of it as a wishing well type thing. But still throwing away stuff like hookshot and hammer.
Moon Pearl. Big key.
Ooh, Eastern big key. Let's find the bow early.
That would be crazy, an early clear of... What if Eastern Palace is a green pendant and they have to go there and clear that to get something from Sahashral early?
And they get the boots off the green pendant.
Vanilla boots. Oh man, that would be so trolly.
Wouldn't be the first time I've seen it.
Early Desert Palace key. I like that because that's going to allow them to get those 2 chests on the right-hand side pretty quick.
That was the bottle vendor, right?
Yeah, that was on the bottle vendor. Herbaceous Meteor's routing is very interesting in what he's doing. A lot of people usually check kind of like LewdDolphin's doing and going from the top to bottom and checking those because he did come from the top as well, but he went straight down. He went to the back of the bar and everything like that.
He went down to buy bombs. So Herbaceous is the one who bought bombs, I believe, from the high roll area. Or no, that was Lewd.
Yeah, Lewd got the high roll bombs right above Lake Hylia, but I think Herbaceous actually bought them in the south.
In Kakariko. Yeah, so he went down to this is what I always do too. If you don't have bombs when you enter Kakariko, you just go down and you check the bar because that's an easy check without bombs. And if that has bombs, then you don't have to buy them right away.
Yeah, I always look for early bombs. And I like what Lewd's doing here, honestly. The race game, I don't like checking it sometimes. Depending on how I'm feeling and how like generous the seeds being early in Keysanity, I will go ahead and do the race game. It's a map. Not bad, not great.
I mean, they're going to pick it up. They want information. This one is Ice Palace, so that's good information.
Very good. Hopefully we don't get the double information where Hashwala tells us something that we already know and things of that nature. He's probably headed towards Eastern. I don't know if he's going to do a map check or not. No, South. Excuse me. He's doing South. Can't forget to do the dam and the mini Moldorm cave. And we're pretty much going in sync now. Herbaceous is doing the same thing, so we're probably going to see a lot of the same stuff happening around the same time for a little while until there's some divergence a little bit later.
I'm surprised. Usually you don't skip the maps because information is everything, but some runners subscribe to the thing where you're going to 100% pretty much anyways. So they don't really care what dungeon's what. Yeah,
they usually will use the items to their advantage. They'll think, where are the items sending them and where are the keys sending them? If the seed is going to send you there, you're going to go there. There's not much you can do about it. Looky there, Moon Pearl in the dam.
Hey, that's actually a logical spot for it. Somebody threw there's a pearl in the water. What would you know?
So now they need a hammer and a glove for Dark World access, or 2 castle tower keys and a sword upgrade or a cape and a lamp to go through Aga. So we're kind of aiming for what we need for Dark World access at this point in time. And there's still quite a few Sphere 0 locations to check, and all that means is just areas you can check without any items in your inventory, or bare minimum items.
So I expect Mini Moldorm Cave to have something, but I mean it doesn't have to because they have almost full access to Eastern. They have their shovel.
Oh, there's hammer. And a sword upgrade. Yes, I had a feeling it was going to be a sword upgrade. So we've got the sword upgrade. I think something's going to be in that first chest of Aga Tower. It's screaming that right now. There's still about 7 items to check over in Eastern Palace, and the one that they're both going for right now, the Ice Rod Cave, which has trolled me many a times. So, but
see, with if they know the complete fake Fippler's glitch, including how to get back into the water from Hobo, I would actually do that after Ice Rod Cave, just because with Moon Pearl you can check the 2 in Waterfall Cave. You can see what's on the ledge. They won't be able to get Zora though, which is a big deal.
Yeah, Lewd unfortunately took a death, so he's probably not going towards Ice Rod Cave. But we're gonna see what's in there. This could be really bad or really lucky. Oh wow, Tempered Sword. Oh man, that's
not the worst case scenario.
It's not, but man, that could help so much.
It definitely is a boss, a little more speed on the bosses.
Yeah.
And Herbaceous looks like he's doing what I thought. He's going to go Fake Flipper. I mean, Fake Flipper, you get Hobo, check the island, which they already did. do the 2 waterfall caves, and that's pretty much all you can do right now. But that's still not bad to get those checks out of the way, even though they're not what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's very true. The only thing that I don't like about it, he's only got 115 rupees, so he's going to miss the Zora check. And sometimes it's a life lesson. Sometimes it has exactly what you're looking for.
I mean, that's fine, though. What he can do is he can, especially if he finds Mirror at some point soon, they can just route it into Catfish later.
Yeah, which they do, well, they don't have entire access to yet. They're still, that was lucky.
Because if you want to put this into perspective anyways, as of right now, Zora's not even in Logic. Zora himself. No flippers, no glove.
Oh, wow. 2 things. Kane was on the hobo. Also, the green pendant is Swamp Palace.
And left side, you saw a lamp, bottle, and big key to pod inside of the back of Sarasula's hut.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. So Sick Kid's gonna be checkable here shortly.
Also, I haven't got to say it yet this morning. Hello, chat. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, I don't think either one of us are willing to do Phantom Ryu's signature move today. So we've got the divergence we were looking for because Herbaceous did not die to the crabs. So we're gonna see what's on the. Oh, wow, that was a whole lot of nothing over there in Waterfall Cave. But he's gonna go check and see what's on the ledge at least, even though he doesn't have the money for Zora.
All right, so yeah, I feel more like Elminster. I smell a glove coming up before I do 2 castle tower keys. But they do see a small key up on the Zora ledge, which is interesting.
Yeah, and I agree. I do see Dark World access through a glove coming up way faster, and it's probably in Eastern. Like that's the most
could also
likely
be an
location.
escape.
Very true. Neither one of them have done the full of escape or the back of escape at that either. But then again, they don't have access to that right now.
They don't have the Hyrule Castle key. There's the 1 castle tower key. Okay.
There's one.
So here's the thing. They've got access to both chests in Castle Tower now. They got access to the whole front part of Escape, the 1 sewers chest. So they're not locked into Agam yet.
Oh no, definitely not. And we still don't know what's behind Agam though.
Now, would it be awesome if there was no glove in the light world and they had to do it? Of course it would.
As commentary, yeah. We like seeing stuff like that because it makes the game more interesting and like, you know, routing and there's the Swamp Palace small key. Interesting. So not only is it a green pendant, they have somewhat access to it now. Just waiting to get the flippers to be able to go there and a mirror.
Elminster's is more like, oh, there's the second small tower.
I called it. That's all. That's awful. Oh, curse me all you want. I will hang from the witch's stake. I don't care. I called it.
Well, Aga's ready. I probably still wouldn't just jump right at it because you can just jump into escape, do death warps. I like that more than just rushing into it.
I agreed. Aga, if you don't have to, you don't have to. But again, we don't know what's behind Aga. We don't know what's in that that lumberjack cave. I have a feeling that neither one of them checked it because of just not wanting to see it. But there may be something important there. Fire rod. I mean, anything could be there.
Well, so the only part that I agree with on that is that the reason I wouldn't check. Oh, hook shot. Ooh.
Wow. That's a good item.
It doesn't open anything yet, but that's a good item to have. But that does mean Swamp is pretty far up in the logic already.
Yeah.
As Green Pendant.
Yeah. We're just waiting on flippers. And, I mean, there's a very, very real possibility. Yeah, and the mirror as well. I keep forgetting about mirror for Swamp.
And I have a feeling they're going to find mirror at some point. Mirror is an item that won't open too much for them yet, but gives them a lot of good, like, backing out and going back into dungeons. Like, if they had it right here for escape, they would be super happy. Because they could do front half escape, mirror out, do the sewers chest, mirror out, and then do Aghanim's tower, and it would just be super fast.
Yeah, yeah. Mirror is one of the better movement items, even probably better than even like boots or something like that. Even though you save time with boots, being able to mirror out of dungeons and back to the beginning, like in Hera and places like that, or through escape, it just saves so much time.
Or mirroring out of Sanctuary when you load in there.
That too.
A lot of people don't know you could do that.
I saw that the other day, a while back, about a month ago, and somebody did that in an open seed, and it blew my mind. I was like, you can mirror out of Sanctuary? What?
And it actually supposedly is a little bit faster than boots running out.
I could imagine so. The only thing that I can see that might make it equal is the menuing. Getting to the menuing.
Alright, so we're seeing front half escape, which is the one I thought. So far we got a small piece of heart.
And until they get the gloves or the actual Hyrule Castle key, they cannot check the back of escape yet. So we're kind of still waiting for that to see what may be there. There may be something they have to do after getting Dark World access.
I would like them to get the small Hyrule Castle key just to be able to go check it.
That would be interesting. I've never seen a required Hyrule Castle small key to get back there before having to do something like Aga. I've never seen that.
I would like them to do that, and then Lewd finds Tempered Sword.
Meaning going to Ice Rod Cave or finding the fourth sword so early.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of... whenever you get Aghanim seeds, it tends to throw almost all four swords at you super early.
Regs for you, yes. Both runners are 1 and 1. So this is going to be for a 2 and 1 going into round 4.
Zora is not in the logic, so Zora is not one that we're counting. Once he does front half of escape, we've got the sewers chest and the 2 chests in Castle Tower themselves, and that's it.
GT small key, not very useful.
So
there was nothing in escape, man.
Yeah, there's the death warp. And chat, keep me up to date. You guys have been pretty good about if my mic cuts out or anything. Let me know if it sounds better this morning. Trying something different again.
Yeah, earlier, for those of you just joining us, LewdDolphin did die on the way to Ice Rod Cave, and that's where the 3rd sword upgrade was. So we're kind of hoping he heads over there, but it's not a big deal because honestly, you really don't need the 3rd sword. It just helps with clearing things so much faster.
Yeah, so let's see what's in this dark escape chest, because they did get early lamp, so that tends to make you think it's a compass. So definitely have to head into Aga Tower, and you see he's already setting up to Death Warp to go up there.
Yeah, very, very good move. I mean, it's either something in the front of Aga Tower or it's clear Aga.
Well, here's the funny part for him. This is the first point where him not having the Ice Rod Cave sword is gonna matter. Because Herbaceous is going to be able to clear this almost twice as fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. There's a couple enemies in here that takes quite a few swings. Having that Tempered Sword just makes it so much faster.
Like, I believe for these guys, Lewd's going to take at least, what, 2 spin slashes? Yeah. And it only takes Herbaceous 1 sword spin per gold armored knight. We got powder. That doesn't help because, well, actually they have hammer powder. Magic Bat could have something now.
Yeah, that is open in logic now. Let's see what the second chest has. And does he go south? Or yes, he does know the faster route to the chest. Most people go up and it takes just a couple seconds longer. A heart.
Oh, okay. So is he gonna just go for it? He is. Okay.
I would. I would.
Technically, you've got Aghanis Cave. You've now got the Sick Kid, and you've got the Magic Powder, Magic Bat.
3 locations, 2 of which you can route together, which we're actually seeing from Herbaceous right now. Herbaceous is doing the typical thing where people just do not want to do Aga 1. So, yeah. So let's see if he goes... Well, He does have the powder, I believe.
No, it's the first chest in Naga Tower.
Okay, no, he doesn't. Okay. I was forgetting which person went where. So let's see where he is headed. He's headed to Agena. So we're going to see Agena too. So we're going to see 2 of those 3 spots that you mentioned. And we'll see if it pays off for anything, because this could be a big difference this early on. I will say this, though. That hook shot helps so much going through here. Just stun things and go.
Yeah, so like we thought, Herbaceous is literally doing all the checks. Let's see what's in Agnes Cave. I mean, it could... let's say this is Glove. Then now we know Lewd just did a 5-minute detour that wasn't required.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. But it could be. It could be required, because we still don't know what's on Lumberjack Cave, which we would need the boots for first.
Another bottle.
That was a B-Torp, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yep. So, further confirming. Now, I've seen a lot of seeds recently, and on some of the better races recently, where the first chest in Agena, or excuse me, not Agena, it's Aghanim's Tower, if talking was not so hard, has led to a fetch quest that has led back to somewhere else to get a required item. So something could be in Batcave. It's still very possible.
For chat, whoever's asking about the actual Japanese ROM, if you go to the ALT, I believe on the actual like randomizer site where you can generate the ROMs, in the help section they actually got the name of the ROM you need. That way you can just copy and paste for your searches. Yeah,
we can't tell you where to get it. We can't direct you, all that kind of stuff, due to plenty of reasons. But if you go there, you will be able to do your due diligence. Let me see here. There you go. You'll see it in chat right there. You're going to see the very bottom one, play it yourself. If you go there, you can certainly take a look. And it's also got the bracket, VODs, Discord, all of that kind of stuff for you. I missed what was on A Piece of Heart. I don't blame him for getting that with only having Greenmail right now.
Greenmail Dark World sucks. Everything does 2+ hearts of damage. It's really easy to die.
Yeah, it's painful. It's very painful. Yeah, I don't feel safe going into Dark World with at least 10 hearts, at least, or blue mail or something to that effect.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Elminster. I'm just giving them the general, you know, if they want to go to the website, it has links. It has links for trackers, almost everything you need to get started in the races. It has information for everything else that's not linkable. I didn't see what the first one was, but T-Rock is one of the 5-6.
Oh. Skull Woods and Turtle Rock. So, the cane is already found, and that's at Hobo. So, Turtle Rock could be something we go towards. I don't know. I don't like seeing 5-6 and Turtle Rock or Misery Mire. They're just so... There's the glove right there.
So, my interesting thing on what he did is... I think I would have routed Catfish in.
You know, they don't have Mirror yet. I don't know if I would route Catfish in until I have the Mirror to be able to get Zora as well.
Well, since you haven't checked anything, so Lewd hasn't checked anything Flippers related. So what I would have done is I would have went ahead and did Catfish, knocked that off my map.
He can't do Catfish.
And then... Oh, yeah, he can.
He can now.
Yeah, he can now. That is true.
He would have had to.
There's the one rock. I keep forgetting there is one rock in between.
Yeah, I always forget that myself. Until somebody else says it, and wow, we have both boomerangs. I was playing a seed earlier that had both boomerangs on top of Spectacle Rock and the cave in Spectacle Rock, so it was like, huh. So we're getting our south of the Dark World Kakekrio checked here, he's not going to be able to go up through there until he actually finds the glove upgrade. No, Phantom. He can do Catfish as long as you have the first power. You have the power glove, because you can hammer and go through that peg.
Yeah, so you can hammer, go through the peg, lift up the one, and then jump down into the little hole with the 2 Octorocks, instead of busting the rocks or having the Titan's Mitts. Yeah, you can drop down below the Bonk Rocks, where the 2 Octorocks are.
And quick shout out here, we did have a Twitch Prime subscription from Dagovix. Thank you very much for supporting Speed Gaming. You definitely help out and let us do what we love to do, and we appreciate that. And at that moment, I would also like to say, follow our runners, LewdDolphin, Herbaceous, Meteor. They're providing your entertainment today, and of course, we love watching them go through this wonderful, wonderful mess we call Rando. And of course, follow my co-commentator, IB Karma, as well as our wonderful tracker, Niovel, because without them, this would not be possible either.
Mainly follow the runners. They're the most important people today. And chat. Chat's always important.
Of course. The fans mean everything. And Juniper Belmont asking us to read questions when we explain things. We will try to do that. I kind of forget that people don't watch chat sometimes. But I will definitely try to read the question whenever I make an answer.
Yeah, I'll try to keep that in mind too. That's actually a great piece of feedback. Thank you, Juniper.
So right now we're seeing it kind of feels like Herbaceous Meteor is trailing LewdDolphin, but he's really not. He has done a couple of checks that LewdDolphin has not done, that Lewd will be actually routing in later. So you're going to kind of see the divergence, and then it's going to kind of sync up again. You'll end up seeing that. So,
hey, I like Elminster. Chat, follow yourselves.
Yes, follow yourselves. Airman saying, nobody's trailing until somebody's in go mode. I wasn't really mentioning that he is trailing in the sense of being behind. It's just he's trailing the spots that LewdDolphin is checking right now. He's trailing on the fact that they are Lewd's in one spot, and then Herbaceous is literally checking the same spot. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to get that East Death Mountain check now. That's good.
I like this check. He did get out of Dark World early, though. I guess he went all the way to Digging Game and then decided no Titan's Mitts, so he would have had to go around the world. But
yeah, save and quit, and Herbaceous is doing the same thing. It really is the best move, because you would have to go all the way up and around, and it would just take too much time.
Yeah, so I don't mind this. Did he check back and sank first, though? Because I would have checked the back 3 and sank first.
He did, but I remember him being down there. I don't know what he...
and Paradox.
That's a good find. That is a very good find. I'm pretty sure he did go in there. I don't think he found anything of consequence, which we're going to see from Herbaceous right now anyway.
Okay, so to answer faster, he's asking who is in the lead right now. We don't usually go by leads this early. We say advantages. So Lewd right now is ahead in the checks. He's advantaged in the checks department. But Herbaceous is advantaged with the Tempered Sword and the Mario Cane. Until we get later in the race, there's no clear way to tell who's going to be in the lead. Usually it's not until go mode.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not even until Ganon Tower sometimes that you can't tell who's in the lead, because execution plays a lot. Now, I think the advantage is on Herbaceous right now. Having the cane, even though I've watched a lot of LewdDolphin, he likes to make sure he has the right checks. He likes to make sure he's not sequence breaking, as he likes to do it straight as little as possible. So So he's going to go over to the check at the 2 locations you can reach in Tower of Hera.
Which is fine. Also, if there was there something on Spectacle Rock?
I don't think there was.
Okay, because I was going to say he can get that now, too.
That is very true. Quick drop down to grab that. And he can also grab the Spiral Cave as well, which would probably be his next check after this. So far, nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
They found a Hera small key somewhere. I didn't even see that.
The other reason it's almost impossible to tell is because it could come down to one item at the very end between both of them, and it could come down to just whoever finds it first.
Very true. Very true. Was that bombs on Bumper Cave?
I didn't quite check because I was trying to answer chat's questions.
Blue Goo. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead and continue.
Oh, you're good. I was just saying that I'm trying to answer chat's questions on the whole lead thing because that's why we don't specify leads, because leads in this game change very, very quickly.
And especially this early when there's so many places to check, and so like we haven't even cleared it. Ouch! Oh man!
I think that was intentional because he ran into it twice. I think that was just regular intentional death.
That's very possible. Very
for
possible.
The heart refill, because look, now he's dodging everything like bro.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Big key to T-Rock was in the Hera basement.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. And T-Rock is one of those 5/6 crystals, so it might be one of those rare occasions where you have to get Fat Fairy from T-Rock.
And answer TNT in chat. So are we having divergence now? Yes, we are having divergence. These two racers are actually not stepping on each other's heels, which is nice.
It's very good to see. We're having a lot of divergence because Herbaceous went to the Village of Outcasts. He's doing the typical Skullwoods check, and LewdDolphin went to Death Mountain, which honestly we found a lot of value in Death Mountain. So, I mean, each check is good, and it's just a matter of preference. But LewdDolphin has found quite a bit of good things over here in Death Mountain. Well, I guess only Mirror.
Well, Elminster, you race this game enough. You understand that this race right now looks a little item one-sided, but in 30 minutes that could be completely reversed.
And with another Twitch Prime subscription, Nukem9999, thank you for your support. We do appreciate it. And I will say this, that sequence break for that cane does help in this room. I hate that room on Herbaceous Meteor side with the 2 Gibdos. Those things are a pain.
I waste time. I take time to kill them. That's how bad I hate them.
I do as well, and sometimes they just drive me up the wall, quite literally, and kill me the entire time. So, but having that cane makes it so much easier just to forget them.
And it's chat keeps on going about the lead thing. I would say Lewd is advantaged in his routing, but in the same way, I would say Herbaceous is advantaged because of the Samaria and the Tempered Sword, both of which help.
They help. They are very useful. At the same time, they're kind of equal because now Lewd has the ability to use the mirror for speed, so that helps. But there's just too much possible to change right now to call anybody ahead. It's just it's really difficult to do.
And we know that here's one thing we know. We know Herbaceous Meteor has sequence broken an item, and that item is required. T-Rock is a required dungeon.
Which so LewdDolphin has the big key for, though.
Yeah, and that's already a big deal. But I mean, what do you need first? You need the cane before you need the big key.
Very true. If we could combine both runners, we would have an amazing run going.
Well, they only have one T-Rock small key anyway, so it's not like they're going to visit anytime soon.
Very
you need
true.
At least 3 to full clear it without getting the vanilla big key chest. And that technically breaks logic too.
That is very possible, Mishoku saying, what if Flipper's in Lumberjack Cave? That's a huge possibility. We don't know. We haven't seen a check yet.
Oh, and Misery Mire is also a crystal, so that's double, both required Samaria dungeons.
Yep, both required Samaria dungeons. On top of that, we need possibly two of the three coins.
Kane was at Hobo, so Flippers are required for that, as well as Ice Palace. So Flippers are going to be somewhere. It's just, where is Flippers? How early did he get the cane? If Lewd's the type of player who waits until, he gets the right items. If Flippers aren't found until super late, maybe that's the trolley item, then he might not get cane till real late. It looked like a shield upgrade on top of Bumper Cave.
No, that was actually Blue Goo on top of Bumper Cave.
Blue Goo? Okay.
Yeah. So third of 4 bottles that we've seen so far.
I like checking Graveyard Ledge. So this got me in a race. I didn't realize you could just walk through the graveyard. I thought you had to actually have mitts or boots.
I've messed this up every single time myself. I don't... I always mess up how to get back there. I thought you had to have the mitts, but I've played this game so much, sometimes you just forget the easy stuff.
And Vulugen also has a point. If Flippers aren't until late in the logic, then that also could make it so that Herbaceous does earlier checks on T-Rock and Mire than's required.
Very true.
Which wouldn't be logical. That is a true statement. I mean...
And to address Scooty Puff Jr. 1, saying, if the Eagles return the opening kickoff for a touchdown, are they in the lead or do they just have an advantage? Because it's too early to tell. Here's the thing. You're talking about physical points. You're actually talking about a quantifiable number. We don't have point assignments to what items and things of that nature. Each item helps differently with routing and things like that. So that's why we have a completely different routing choice right now from each of these runners. So it's advantages. It's not a lead.
And if they really want to go to the Super Bowl, it started like 22-9, and then the Patriots came back to 33-32 in the last 4 minutes.
Football knowledge. And another Twitch Prime subscription from Zyloff. Thank you very much for supporting the Speed Gaming crew. We do appreciate it.
So the early scoring didn't mean the Eagles were guaranteed to win. They almost ended up losing it. It came down to, I believe, a fumble on New England's part, and then the Eagles finally pulled out the last touchdown.
And let's not forget 2 years ago when the Falcons did lose. And LewdDolphin's going to be getting his sick kid check, and he's probably going to go check Bat now, too. So we're going to see the Bat check. Maybe. Come to think of it, he might not, because he's got to do his Dark World checks, so...
Yeah, that is true. We do have international chat. The person who brought it up understands. But yeah, it's just the big football game in America. And the only reason I even mentioned it is because even in that, it's just like what we've been talking about. It's at the very, very beginning, it's hard to decide things.
It is, yeah, and I mean, moving on from that, really, we're gonna tell it's gonna happen. They have to finish, so either way, we're gonna get an idea later on who is in the lead, since we are concerned about that. But kind of taking an inventory right now, let's go back to these runners: LewdDolphin, Herbaceous, Meteor. The things that we've seen and the things that we know. Herbaceous Meteor is about to get his mirror. So he's going to end up still having the cane over LewdDolphin, which is basically waiting for Flippers to go get that. Now, we also have a magic bat that hasn't been checked. We've got a few checks that LewdDolphin has not done in things like Aginos and things like that. Not thinking of sequence breaks, just things he hasn't checked that are available to him.
Lewd's actually got a fairly easy check if he wants. As soon as he leaves here, he can go over by Blacksmiths. Can't go through without the Titansmiths, but he can go over there, mirror right outside of the screen transition. and then go check Magic Bat real quick.
Very true. I hope he does that. That's just an easy check to go do.
Also makes it so you don't have to mirror when you're doing hammer pegs and stuff later.
Still probably going to do it, though, because you're going to grab Jeremiah.
Yeah, he'll go right over here after the screen transition, mirror, go check Magic Bat.
Good job, Lude. Good job. So we're going to see that Magic Bat, and we're going to see whether or not Aghanim was required for Dark World access. Because if he gets the mitts here, that'd be interesting. That's a very interesting place to find mitts.
And Magic Bat has a heart container.
A little bit of love. So, Scooty Puff Jr. won. The fact that you don't like that commentators don't refuse to say who's in the lead, who would you say is in the lead right now? Please tell me who's in the lead. I actually would like to know this.
Exactly. I like how Janice put that. That's exactly how I feel.
And that's exactly what I feel. It's a wording choice. It's not that I don't want to say somebody's in the lead, because, frankly, a lead doesn't mean anything at this point. An advantage does, because an advantage changes logic. We're talking about a video game that's been randomized by developers. We're not talking about things like points and stuff like that. And it's a matter of making sure that we're saying somebody is advantaged by having an item or doing a check that somebody else hasn't done. That's all it is.
And people are saying chat's trolling. Chat's not trolling. This is actually a legitimate, what do I want to say? A legitimate topic. I mean, it's a hot topic within our community, because to me, it's just so hard to tell. It can change. It's like they said, advantages are things that change very frequently. If someone has a pure lead, the other player is playing catch up.
And leads are typically very obvious and very well defined when you can call a lead. And there's been times that, and watching races, I'll be like, oh man, that person has a lead, and I'm immediately turned around because I'm wrong. The person that I thought had a lead all of a sudden lost the lead because somebody else is doing a check that the other one's not doing, and it's just a matter of having that check. And is Herbaceous going to Spike Cave?
Looks like it. We don't know what's required right now.
That's out of logic.
Other big. Is it? He has a magic pot, and he has
no safety.
Hammer.
He has no safety.
Oh yeah, this is risky. He has to do it on. Well, he's gonna do it on health, but he'll get there.
Yeah, he will with the blue potion, but I don't think that the logic actually keeps that. Does the logic account for 2 potions, Voligen? I know you said he has 2 bottles. I don't remember.
Think so. I think it's half magic with a safety, or a safety with a potion bottle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't think 2 bottles counted for that, but that it's not a bad check if you can do it. But wasting a blue potion like that's kind of crazy this early, especially with still. Oh no, I guess we have blue mail. Where did they find blue mail? I didn't even see that.
It was in Paradox.
Paradox, okay. Oh, a big key for Swamp.
Don't you love it when all the breadcrumbs point towards the green pendant and that Swamp Palace?
I do. It cracks me up. I will say this: Swamp Palace right now is still not accessible. We don't have the flippers, but the funny thing is there's a couple of big keys out there. Swamp Palace and Skullwoods, they aren't needed. You don't need the big keys for them. They're not actually required to complete the dungeons.
So somebody in chat asked what Herb has done that Lude hasn't. So yeah, he's checked Ice Rod Cave. He's also checked stuff like Aghanim and stuff. He did a lot more of the little checks before going to Aga Tower. He also has done a couple sequence breaks, such as the Hobo for the Cane of Samaria. So it's just a couple additional things that A couple aren't in the logic, couple are just places he's eliminated.
Half magic.
That's a good one.
That's a very nice find. I love having half magic. Never required, but always helpful. And we're getting a catfish check. Probably going to also get a Zora check while we're at it, too.
Yeah, he has enough money. The only thing I don't like is he can't check anything but Zora right now.
He's going to miss what that small key is, so... And he's the only one that knows the small key is there. And as far as small keys that were... Oh!
Wow, catfish has Titan Mints.
Oh! That's a big find. Whoa.
And I wanted to check this earlier, remember?
Yeah, you did. You wanted to check it without the first glove. That's funny. The glove led to the glove. That's wild. Man.
Yeah, now that... Herbaceous... now, everybody said Lewd had the advantage. Now Herbaceous has an advantage.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's a huge advantage. Because until Lewd actually goes and checks for those, he's going to be limited on his checks. He's going to be... the map's opened for Herbaceous right now.
Yeah, the only area he still doesn't have access to is just Meyer, just because they don't have Flute yet. So we know Flute's required, we know Flippers are required, we know Ice Rod and Fire Rod are required, we still need Medallions. There's a big key to Desert.
Yeah.
But they don't have access to Desert.
Nope, not without a flute or a book.
Yep, Flute or book is required for Desert Palace.
We need bow. Bow is required for Eastern Palace. Boots may be required depending what's in that lumberjack cave.
Yeah, that's true. So neither one of them has checked the lumberjack, which is super interesting. But without the boots, you don't really have to worry about it because it's not a check you can actually make anyways.
Right now, I think Chat's in the lead, don't you?
Flute is in the dark maze of Pod.
That is awesome. So not only did Herbaceous find the mitts, Lewd found the flute. That is funny. I love it.
I think Lewd's about to head to Catfish though.
I think he is. That's the next best check.
The fact that he's walking back out of Pod means that he's probably about to go check it.
That's the next best check. Go there, check that, hit up the con artist a little bit and see what he's got, and go from there.
Yeah, I like that. We'll say Chad is in the lead for now.
Yep. Chat is in the lead.
Chat has the most knowledge. Chat knows the most information over the two runners, so Chat's in the lead.
Advantage Chat. Yep, that's exactly where he's headed. Right over to Catfish. And probably a quick save and quit after this, after doing Zora, and head right back over to where Herbaceous is at right now. And go activate his...
Well, see, he'll get to go activate his flute, and then he'll have the choice of clearing the town stuff or going to Meyer area. I almost think I would do Meyer area, and that's just because... Well, it depends. He needs to go get the big key for Desert first.
Here's what I think. Here's what I would do. I would go ahead and... oh, for the memes! He grabs the validation arrow. Herbaceous not letting that go by. That's awesome.
If he mirrors goes to Zora after getting the mitts, gets the Desert Palace big key, then he goes to Kakariko and does the flute. What I would do then is I would go to Meyer because I can clear both the Meyer area and I can clear Desert completely.
Yeah.
Except for the Boots Torch.
The only reason why I would hold off on going to the Meyer area is because I have no medallions. I don't have the Kane as Lewd. I would go ahead and grab Jeremiah and grab the chest, because you can do a quick flute, go check the chest, go get, well, we don't have books, excuse me. I was thinking Bombo's tablet as well, but we do not have books. So, yeah, your routing's a little bit better than mine, because I was thinking book.
Yeah, because we don't have book for Bombo, so we also, have they checked Cave South of Grove? I think they did.
Yes, it was a single rupee.
Yeah, so I mean, they've already done all their checks except for Bombo's tablet, so it's literally trading like 8 items for 2 if you do blacksmith, both 3, hammer pegs, and lunchbox.
So he did save and quit, goes to, and there you go, the mirror trick that we were discussing. That's awesome. But we're getting
it's a time save. The only other thing I like more than that is starting a mountain cave once you have the flute activated, because mountain cave's super easy to exit and flute.
Yeah, and fill up your hearts too, especially at 14 hearts right now. That's a great place to start and flute away. So Herbaceous is going to check and see his 1 rupee in here, and he's going to find out what is in the chest in Gary's lunchbox. I would say all rise for the Swag Duck anthem, but we are on Herbaceous Meteor's side. It's okay. And that is a very good point, Knockstone. Lewd might actually go back to Ice Rod Cave now that he has the flute. A lot of people wait to do that. After taking a death down there, I'd also wait. It's one of those things where it's like, if I'm missing progression, go back to it, but why waste time?
Oh, he's gonna go to Dark Death Mountain. I like this too.
Yeah, I like this too. I do like this. This is a very, very good idea. There's a lot of items over here.
Yeah, he's got the 2 in Super Bunny. He's got the 4 in Hookshot, and also we'll get knowledge about T-Rock's medallion.
Oh, wow. Gary was preparing for a swim.
Oh, wow. So the lunchbox start was flippers. Okay. Well,
So we are now in logic on Herbaceous' side.
Swamp Palace is now in logic, too.
You are absolutely right, and Ice Palace. We don't have the big key for Ice Palace, but you can route that with the Ice Palace bomb jump.
I think he debated if he should just go in. He's debating it hard. He's like, I don't want to.
Man, I would do it. Just pull the trigger. It's a green pendant. It's not a hard dungeon to clear. And there are so many chests in here.
He finally pulled the trigger on it, but that's hilarious that he sat there and was like, do I really?
And in Super Bunny Cave, we found the silver arrows.
Yeah, we still can't do ice, technically. Chad is correcting that one. We can't do ice until we find fire rod or bombos.
Fire sword is absolutely correct. Thank you for correcting me, chap. I'm sorry. I'll never turn my back on you again.
Too bad we can't lamp the little ice guys in Ice Palace. That'd be fun.
This isn't Link Between Worlds. Come on.
I mean, technically, when you use the lamp, it does shoot out a little puff of fire.
That's very
true. It should melt some ice.
That's very true. But when you use the ice rod over all this water, it doesn't create a nice smooth surface.
I think our randomizer creators need to adjust some of the item usages.
Exactly. Get on that, guys. Come on. What do we keep you for?
You know, I think if the ice rod could do that, nobody would use it because everybody hates ice rod or ice physics in this game, anyways.
Oh man, I would cry every time I saw Turtle Rock required. Big key to Thieves Town. That's a good find.
That's another dungeon that's almost completable. They don't have the small key yet, but it's completable except for one chest.
Very true.
But here's something that I was told the other day from one of the people. That's actually not in logic to complete it without the key.
Yeah, there's only one chest that's in logic, and that is the chest by the maiden. Everything else is not in logic without that key, which is really weird.
And the way they explained it was actually kind of nice. They said it's for people who key lock. It's to prevent soft locks from using your keys badly.
It makes sense. I mean, as a programmer and as a developer, you have to think of everything.
Hey, Red Melon Meyer shed.
Nice, but with 14 hearts and blue mail, definitely not something that I'm excited to see as a runner.
Hey, wouldn't you like to walk up to Cold Stare and lamp him? Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, lamp his giant ice thing, just spam the button.
It would take probably like 30 shots, but I mean, sure, I would do it.
That would be loads of fun, but I have to say that is
Oh, there we go. 24 lamp activations. That seems like a good number.
Herbaceous definitely not doing the big mistake and drowning that key. That is such a time loss if you do that.
And the big chest in desert has a useless, at this point, key to Ganon's tower, unless they have to fully check Ganon's tower.
I still consider most of those useless. But having two is not, or well, three, excuse me. Wow, he's got 3 Ganon's tower keys. Yeah, he's going to be able to do whatever he needs to do in there if the GT big key's in there.
Yeah, I mean, you want 2 if you're just doing Gauntlet, just so you don't have to stop. But, I mean, if you've got to check basement, the more the merrier.
Very true. I do agree with that. Chat 2980 is saying we need Saha to have the book. That would be pretty amusing if he had the book. Saha having anything is pretty amusing. Heyo, Ice Rod. Ice Rod is nice to have. Nice.
So, Ack said 24 lamp activations and 8 fake magic powders for Cold Hair.
That is...
Ooh, left side swamp has the big key for Hera.
There you go.
Another completable dungeon.
It is. We do not know if it is a pendant or a crystal yet, but that could mean that swamp is definitely required. Green pendant swamp required. So far, we haven't seen anything that makes it required.
I didn't see the edge poke for Turtle Rock or Mire, honestly. Some of these runners do a very, very small screen transition that is easily visible on their screen, but doesn't translate well over to the stream.
Yeah, not even on the restream. It's really fast.
Oh, he doesn't have the Swamp Palace big key.
No, he doesn't. I don't even remember where that was at, to be honest with you.
I don't either. But he does not have it. So that's one chest he's gonna have to skip.
Yeah, it could hurt, but it's only one chest.
But that one chest, that could be Bo.
Now, we are going to find out what Desert Palace is. So, we're getting our first boss kill of the day at 57 minutes. And he's doing Ice Rod strats. I love it. Small key to Skullwoods, not very useful at all. But
so Skullwoods, that makes Skullwoods a little more logical. There was a small key to Turtle Rock on Lamhole.
Very, very helpful, and it is a crystal. So first crystal boss down at 57 minutes and 50-ish seconds. That was a small key to Thieves Town. So by logic, Swamp is required. No, we still don't know that either, though.
Thieves Town could be a pendant.
Very true. And that would be Tower of Hera and Thieves Town. If both of those are pendants, that means they are not required. So that could mean Swamp is a complete waste of time.
We do have some knowledge, though, which is nice. We have... we're just missing Pod, the Tower of Hera, and Thieves Town. That's all we're missing.
Yeah, so if we get one more crystal, we will know where the last two... Book! Over there in the checkerboard cave.
Well, see, what's funny is he just got Book after doing Desert.
Yeah, Book was flute locked. You could not get Book without Book without flute.
Yep. So here's...
Let's see what is on the Scooty Puff guy. 5 rupees. And LewdDolphin's going to be getting his Agina's check. Not much there. Just a B-Torp.
That's still another check he can make, though, from Swamp. He can do the green pendant check.
Yes. Matter of fact, he can route that in with Pod. He hasn't been to Pod yet, has he?
Nope. Doesn't have the flute.
Yeah. For Pod?
Well, the flute was in Pod.
Oh, yes. Very good point. Very good point. That was Lewd that went over there. What is
so We did find Quake.
Oh, we found Quake, and it must have been Quake.
It is. So he's gonna go into Mire without the cane.
You know, I don't like it, but I don't hate it because, in all honesty, you can
Well, he doesn't have big key yet anyway, so cane's not required for him yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of chests that you can access in Mire. Mire is way more valuable in Keysanity than it is in an open because chests, there is no, I don't want to say chest logic, there is no item count.
And this is not really a bad play, chat. The thing is, there's chests in here you can check. He doesn't have the big key anyways, so without the big key, he can't get to the part where Smart is required anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just to check some chests for items.
And like I said, there's a lot of chests you can check. There's a lot of value in here. He's really only leaving one chest behind that he will not be able to check, and that's the big key chest, unless he finds the Mire big key in Mire. Now, what worth can this small key have? What could it possibly be that would be useful? Charter Rock? Pod?
Turtle Rock's a big one that we need. Pod's good.
That's really it. Those are the only two that are going to be really useful.
It is the third T-Rock key.
That is good. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, there's not very many other keys that he could find that this would be really useful for.
So by stealing the key for by the vanilla big chest in T-Rock, that makes T-Rock now doable once they find the rods. They are still missing both the fire and ice rod and Bombos medallion to open it.
Ice rod was found in desert.
Ice rod is in desert. Okay.
Yeah, LewdDolphin does have the ice rod.
All right. So the most annoying one's out of the way.
Yeah, the one that can literally be anywhere is found. So fire rod's going to be a little bit limited by. Actually, fire rod can almost be anywhere at this moment too.
They keep finding stuff in such quick succession. I keep missing little things on each person's screen.
Yeah, and the divergence makes it hard to follow, without a doubt. Could you imagine if we had 4 people doing divergence on every screen?
We'd never know what items each one of them had without the trackers.
Yeah, and again, Niovel, he is one of the MVPs of today. What did he just find? I saw
10
something.
arrows on the left side.
Okay, that was just 10 arrows. I was about to say, was that something important? Yeah, 10 arrows, okay.
So Herbaceous is going to do the Tower of Hera play. So full clear of Tower of Hera incoming.
And we will know whether or not it is a crystal or a pendant. If it's a pendant, we still need to find out 2 other dungeons. If it is a crystal, we know that Pod and Thieves Town are crystals. No, excuse me, pendants.
Yeah, here's the funny part. So, like, they've got... Oh, we are still... Oh, that's crazy. So if this is a crystal, yeah, that's right. We are still missing 2 pendants. But they found the big key for all 3 of these dungeons that are unknown.
Yeah. Yeah. So if this ends up being a crystal, we're gonna...
This is required. Bombos for T-Rock.
Oh, wow.
The swamps are required to get the Tower of Hera big key to come get Bombos.
Yeah, so swamp is required. Left side swamp at that.
Wow.
Lewd having to do the slow strats over there for the cutscene, the Mire cutscene.
So to put this in perspective for chat, we are still missing Bow. We're still missing Fire Rod. We are still missing Ganon's Tower big key. Misery Mire big key. And that is it. We are already down to 4 items required.
Possibly boots.
Possibly boots. Boots are very unlikely at this point. We already know Torch in Desert isn't required. So it either has to be a boots lock location or it has to be the Torch in GT.
Yep. I'm still thinking of the...
And Tower of Hera is the crystal. So Swamp is 100% required.
Yes.
I mean,
so
Thieves Town and Pod are pendants.
Yeah, that is nuts. Wow.
Oh, come on, Lude. Give us a pet check. You're the only one that can.
For the memes.
He won't yet. He's got some other stuff on his mind. I'm guessing he's going to go do his, go get his flippers at this point. He's going to go do the Jeremiah and Lunchbox.
You know what that
No, he's going to do Thieves.
Do you know what that puts in logic? Or excuse me, what that puts available on the ped? Fire rod.
That is true.
Fire rod is literally the only item that can be on ped right now. That is required. So ped is still alive by 1 item.
No, GT keeping can be there.
Okay. Big
and
keys.
the Meyer key.
Yeah, forgive me. Big keys too. I always think of items. I keep forgetting that keys can be on ped and stuff like that.
So 3 of our 4 items can still be on ped. Boots can be on ped. That would be funny.
Yeah, boots on ped. Needed for getting something out of the lumberjack cave, fire rod and lumberjack cave.
I mean, neither runner's checked it, which is it kind of drives me crazy because I'm the kind of person who likes the information, and it's crazy that both of them skipped it.
Both
on
skipped
it. Required seed.
Yeah, and haven't gone there. I mean, they're waiting for the boots. They're waiting to see if they can get, go there and check it with the boots. I get it, but I would be like, okay, do I need boots? Do I need this? And
well, here's the thing that I'm thinking. I mean, if they have boots and they're going up there to check it, they're just going to get it anyways.
Yeah. That is very true. I don't know. It drives me up the wall. It drives me insane. So let's see if Thieves Town is a required dungeon. Another required pendant dungeon. We still haven't gotten the Sahasrahla check yet.
The silvers were in Super Funny. Okay.
Yeah, LewdDolphin got those a long time ago.
Yeah, like I said, little stuff I've missed that as the other runners finding it, it's all clicking in the spots.
Oh yeah, but still no bow.
And still nothing in Thieves Town that's useful so far. We've got 2 more locations that he can check. 'Cause he doesn't have the Thieves Town small key.
No, he does not, because that was actually in Swamp.
Oh, and he doesn't know. Okay, so he doesn't know this is the pendant yet.
No, he does not. That is definitely a no mode kind of thing. And unfortunately, not much coming up. It's going to be a matter of killing Blind and finding out what Blind holds to find out that it's a pendant for Lewd. That pause. Do I want to go ahead and open this?
Hold on a second. Chat is pointing out that the Eastern Palace is a pendant. So we don't know what Thieves Town and Pod is yet.
Okay. Did we get a map check recently that we missed?
I mean, the trackers had Eastern Palace marked for a while.
Yeah, that's been a long time marked.
Well, we're about to find out anyways. Thieves Town is a crystal, so yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, so Thieves Town's a crystal, Eastern's the pendant then. So that means bow is needed for 2 pendant dungeons.
Yeah, so bow doubly can't be on ped.
Thank you, chat.
Again, chat's in the lead.
And look, it's already getting fixed on the tracker. Look like another small key to Ganon's tower inside of T-Rock.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Well, that was unfortunate. I'm wondering if he's gonna...
Haven't we all already done commentary on the seed act?
So I'm wondering what's going to be found here in this early TR dip. Ow, don't take much more hits. Those things hurt.
There's a small key to Pod. See, Pod's still not completable in the logic yet. You still need the other 2 keys that are missing.
Yeah, by logic, but you only need, what, minimum 4 in order to be able to clear it?
If you have the bow.
If you have the bow and do the hammer jump, right?
So as of right now, they can't even clear it with 4. They would need, I think, 5 minimum.
Yeah, they do have the big key for it though, so they need 5. But you can't get to that area without the bow
area.
anyway. Yeah. Without
5
doing,
just makes it quicker though.
it does. I was gonna say without doing Andy strats.
So this is why we like Keysanity and open mode randomizer tournaments, by the way, chat, is because people can take different routings, make different decisions, which changes the way the game plays out.
Oh, that Pokey trolling him so bad, going all the way up top.
Alright, so he did steal the key. He's not going to open the vanilla big key chest, which means he's going to try to make it towards Laser Bridge. Is that enough keys for Laser Bridge?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, because big key to open the next door, and then the small key opens the rolling spike wall door.
We are going to get our first tablet check. LewdDolphin's going to go over to the Bombos tablet and tell us what's there.
Nice, but he just got flippers, which is good. Hopefully he does go into Swamp, because he has to go into Swamp. We know that.
Yeah, hopefully he checks Swamp and then does his Light World checks and gets his cane and everything like that. I'm sure he will do that. Yes, the most required item in the game. We got the Swagnet. VZGTH asking, does chest travel when using the flute? Yes. The chest and the frog we like to call Jeremiah will travel with you with the flute as well as save and quits.
Yes, that was what I was going to point out. So interesting logical choice. Normally you need the mirror in the old logic. So they changed, the logic changed somewhat. For both Jeremiah the Frog and the chest, you can actually save quit to the light world if you don't have the mirror. And that is actually in the logic.
Yeah, 100% allowed in logic, which I'm kind of glad they did that, because that confused somebody a while back whenever they, I think, originally did that change. But it's a, it kind of makes sense to have it.
So he is going into swamps. So that's good. He still is on Master Sword.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to Ice Rod Cave yet, which he's probably just waiting. Golly.
Okay. Elminster saying that the save and quit is vanilla behavior.
That is vanilla behavior. I never knew that. Never knew that. Thank you, Elminster, for that. I appreciate that. You learn new stuff every day. But did you see what Herbaceous found?
I did not.
He found the fire rod.
Oh, wow. That deep into T-Rock?
In the roller room, yep. In the roller room.
That's a spot.
Oh!
That's not too bad. He has the... He went out to Mimic Cave, right?
He did, yes. But still, it's a little bit of a time loss to have to go back and go through all this again. So yeah, Fire Rod that deep in. Ice Rod was in the... Where was Ice Rod? Desert Palace.
Well, here's kind of the fun part. So what he's about to do is another sequence break too, by the way. The chest he just got with the Fire Rod is the furthest one in the logic he was supposed to do.
So Sakura Tsubasa is reaching her sub-baby 9 months in a row, and she is happy and hyped to be a part of this community for so long. She is one of the people who helps get all this stuff running and rolling, and I want the sunglasses. I want the deal with it sunglasses. Those are awesome. I don't know if I should thank you for the 9 months or thank you for just being as awesome as you are, helping keep all this stuff organized and running smoothly and all of that, because you do a lot. Thank you, Sakura. And Herbaceous is going to be doing his safety here. I don't blame him at all, because technically he is not going to be in logic for doing Laser Bridge. We do not have a safety. We do not have a mirror shield. Have we seen a stun prize? I don't think we've seen a stun prize yet. Oh, I missed what he got in that second chest. Oh, there is ether. Not exactly required. He got a bomb upgrade. Now, he's going to be checking that last one. So really, there's not much going on in Laser Bridge right now, but he did get a lot of value in the Fire Rod. That definitely helps. But he's going to be able to get this. Laser Bridge is trolling him hard without any safeties. LewdDolphin getting his Tower of Hera big key. You got this, Herb. Come on. Get in there. Good job. And Compass to Ice Palace. So we're going to get a save and quit. He's going to be leaving. I might have mirrored there, though, because he could have gotten the right side with the Fire Rod now. Yeah, Lewd's probably going to end up doing his routing to Hera and the Ether Tablet and everything like that pretty quick. Herbaceous is going to check the Dark Chest, which I think we already got that check from Lewd way earlier. Lewd's going through and doing what we've already seen from Herb. Going to be getting those. Oh, wow. So Vulgin pointing out that Lewd found the Misery Mire big key and Swamp big chest. That is huge. That definitely helps a lot. So he's going to be able to go back in there after he does his swimming and getting his cane. And that's going to help quite a bit.
That's actually very troublesome for Herbaceous, though.
It is. That's really bad because he's going to have to go back in there after getting his big key, which he still does not have.
All right. So, heavy advantage, chat, to Lewd at this point for finding that.
Oh, God. That's funny.
The reason I say that at this point, though, is because the likelihood of Herbaceous going back anytime soon into Swamp to check one chest is extremely low.
It is. Unless he just gets an itch that he can't scratch, he's probably not going in there to check. It's like Skullwood's big chest. It's one of those things that people will put off and leave because it's just kind of troublesome. And Pet is dead, by the way, folks. Well, Boots could be there.
Ganon's Tower big key.
And Ganon's Tower big key. So we got two things that are still alive for that. Technically, the Ice Palace big key as well.
That one would just be funny.
It would be. It could lead to something required, and it could also lead to, I mean, you technically need it by logic, but obviously, Ice Palace is one of those few things that people will logic break anyway.
Oh, I guess that's true. There's a way for this to even out a little bit if the big chest in Thieves Town holds something important.
Like Ganon's Tower big key?
Or the bow. It can have the bow.
It can. It certainly can.
It would actually be a good spot for the bow.
Could meaning Trolley. By the way, we still have not checked Sahasrara. It could be Vanilla Boots still.
I called Vanilla Boots early in this run.
You did. You did. And albeit from an Eastern Palace green pendant, that would be exactly what you called. So Lewd's going to be doing Hera. and doing his check on the tablet as well. So we're going to be seeing one new area, one new item check right now. But he needs to do his swims. He needs to go check Hobo. He needs to go get that key off of the ledge in Zora.
Well, see, Hera's going to give him the third key to T-Rock. So if he actually goes and dips T-Rock once he finds Keysanity, he'll actually be able to full clear it.
That is very true. That is very true. It's
hard to make that decision, though.
It really is. I mean, it's one of those things where I hate leaving that single chest behind. I really do. Oh, nope, you don't want the bee. You want that. There you go, fairy. And Lewd has not done Spike Cave yet. Even though there was nothing there, that's going to be a check he's going to have to do. But he's probably waiting for a safety. Oh, Lewd, what are you doing? Go check the tablet.
I agree. Chad's talking about the PED % chance. In Keysanity, it's definitely higher because the keys aren't as blocked by dungeons. They're only blocked by their required dungeons. Whereas in open mode, it's just item locks. Because the keys are all within their respective dungeons. So but in the same fashion, our Agassiz we've already had on this is a lower % chance than open mode. Because there's more required items for the Agassiz.
In Keysanity, yeah. It's higher chance in open mode and lower chance in Keysanity. Oh, man. We're going to see what's in this chest. Is it going to tilt things back? Or is it going to be a compass?
But you really don't care. Tim Bomb upgrade. You don't really care about it being a pet seed in this mode anyways, because you're more than likely going to dip all 10 dungeons minimum anyways. And you're going to full clear what you can, whether it's a pendant or a crystal, until you find everything you need.
Herbaceous is going to be starting his blind fight, and LewdDolphin actually using the hookshot to his advantage. I love seeing this, doing great hookshot strats and just moving through dungeons and places very fast.
Yeah, like that loss it said, it's more likely 100% dungeon anyways.
Keysanity is typically 100% because you got to go through and you got to pretty much bank on something being, like we've seen here, required in one of those pendant dungeons. The logic is definitely way more, Oh no. Oh no. Not the middle one. Oh no. Poor Lewd.
Well, I mean, he's trying to Master Sword, right?
Yeah, he's trying to Master Sword.
I would be hammering at this point.
Yeah.
I actually think the hammer is easier to hit than the spins. But only on the Moldorm 1 fight.
Yeah. And we're probably going to get a full Skullwoods clear now, so.
I mean, it is a 5/6, so it's not a bad check.
It's not. We still aren't going to get a ped check, though, because he does not have book. Because he still doesn't have flute, either. And
yeah, he hasn't dipped pod yet. He has to dip pod all the way to Dark Maze in order to get flute.
He does.
But he's got 5 keys, so I mean, he doesn't even have to do Hammer Yump yet.
Yeah, he doesn't. There's only one more key out there, right, 6?
And that's the key that would go to Helmassar.
Yeah. Which I have no doubt that Herbaceous knows the Hammer Yump, so. And what's on tablet number 2? 10 arrows. Absolutely nothing.
So now Lewd may actually eventually check the pedestal. Where's he going now, though?
That's a good question. I don't know. Where would he go now? Because he can't go through Turtle Rock. He hasn't checked Hobo yet.
Yeah, I mean, he might be. He might not know the pendant requirement yet. the medallion requirement for T-Rock. That might be what he's checking, or he's just opening it. I like this. He's just gonna go open it.
Not a bad move. Makes routing a little bit easier through Dark World. Killing those Gibdos, I don't blame him at all. Those things are so trolly.
Alright. We are 2 items away from no mode already.
2 items meaning keys as well, or items?
Yep. 2 items meaning keys as well. We just don't know where the bow and GT big key are.
Very true.
We have all other knowledge between both runners.
Ice Palace big key, we still don't have that, but again, not really 100% required. Just by logic it is, and nobody thinks that.
Required by logic, but if you know the 1 bomb jump, you don't need it.
And here's another interesting thing. LewdDolphin has half magic, and Herbaceous doesn't because of the pod dip, so...
Also the red mail difference because of the pod dip.
What is on Moth? Big key.
There's the big key to gas tower.
There's the GT big key on Moth.
So that eliminates Ped Dream.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only way Ped Dream's still alive is if the Skullwoods or Ice Palace big key are on pedestal and Bo is locked behind it. Well, even then you can't. No, Bo can't be. We can't be locked behind it.
Nope.
So yeah.
Only thing I can think of right now is Boots possibly being required. He doesn't have the book. Oh man. So he tried to check pod without, or tried to check Ped without the book.
Boots can't be required either at this point for Bo.
Not for Bo, but Boots can be required for. Yeah. What else? What could Boots be required for?
Nothing. We're Ped dead at this point.
Yeah, that's very true. And Lewd finally getting his tempered sword.
I wonder how he feels about that. That must make him feel behind.
Possibly.
Because he died on the way to it and didn't go back and get it. So that must make him feel behind. Okay, he is finally going to go get his flippers checks. As long as he goes straight to Hobo, and he'll get Canon Samaria. And then that means he'll be able to go back, finish Meyer. He'll be able to go up to T-Rock and full clear T-Rock.
I would do Ice Palace after this.
That's true. Oh,
now that he has...
Yeah, he has Bombos and half magic.
Yeah. It's a very easy clear with Bombos and half magic. I wonder how he feels about that. Not the sword, but finding Kane on Hobo. Knowing that fake flipper is something that a lot of people do.
I mean, he probably assumes he's like 10 to 15 minutes behind. No, he just went back to 8 to get to Zora faster.
Yeah, I thought he hit 1 because I didn't see the change.
I assume he probably feels like he's like 15 minutes behind or so.
Yeah, but in this light, Lewd's definitely not behind. Lewd's ahead. Because he just made up a lot of the advantages that that Herbaceous had. And on top of that, he has done Desert and done a lot of the dungeons that have a lot of value with like Flute and things like that. So
yeah, if Lewd tries to put off T-Rock until he gets Fire Rod, I mean that's going to be the most hurtful thing to him.
Yeah, that will be hurtful only because Skull Woods is still required, so it's going to hold him off of Skull Woods for a long time. But I mean, in all honesty, it's not going to hurt that bad because if he exhausts everything else to go to TR until Fire Rod, he's going to have to go to TR first anyway.
So, We kind of got baited in the seed pretty hard. I mean, we expected an early bow because of the early Eastern Palace Big Key. But to be fair, bow is not required except for GT.
Yeah. And bow can still... Bow's probably an Ice Palace. If I had to guess, it's probably an Ice Palace. Or...
Bow can be almost anywhere. So bow can be in the Fire Rod lock side, right side, that we didn't get to see in T-Rock. Bow can be here at the end of Mire that we haven't seen yet. The big chest and the and Vitreous. It can be pretty much bow can be literally anywhere except for the top of the gauntlet, the bow lock section of pod, and Armos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it can't be on ped. So it can be anywhere else in the game right now.
That's very true.
I want the bow to be Tile Room at GT.
Bow could be boots locked.
It could. That is true.
So what if boots are in GT and they have to go into GT, come out, and actually go to the like Bonk Rocks or something like that to get bow?
That would be good too. Bow and GT big chest would be good too.
That would be so bad. I've seen that. Actually, there was a scene I watched not too long ago that had boots and the GT big chest, and it was funny because one of the runners that was doing this was back when we were doing dailies, went all the way back and checked it on stream, and everybody was like, "Why?" The last check that could possibly be done.
We've had some pretty bad trolley seeds in Keysanity.
Oh yeah, Keysanity is so trolly.
Alright, finally Herbaceous is in pod, so Herbaceous will eventually find the flute.
Which is gonna really help. He's gonna get his half magic. He's gonna get his flute. So he's gonna get quite a few good things here, good value here. And we're seeing new territory with LewdDolphin going to kill Viddy.
People are trying to plando the bow location.
Oh man, I'm telling you, on somebody made a good point the other day about if you want to do a plando, the worst possible plando, here's what you do. You just turn on speed gaming and let chat talk. Because literally on the fly, chat comes up with the worst plandos ever. And you know, coming to think of it, I think we're probably going to see a couple other checks that we haven't seen yet from Herbaceous inside a pod. So we might actually see a... Because did Lewd actually check the Harmless Elway?
I think Lewd checked almost all of the... Because he hammer yumped. I think he checked almost all the chests in here.
We did not see the big chest. He did not have the big key.
No, he did not. No, he checked it. It's a big 20.
Is it?
Yeah, I remember him opening it. He opened it before he went in and got flute.
Okay. 300 rupees on Viddy. Viddy's paying off.
As the pedestal would put it, a hoard of rupees.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Ped. Ped's probably a little piece of love.
Alright, so Vitreous down. Now, Ice Palace is probably the next play.
Yeah. Ice Palace is... Yeah, definitely the next play.
And then he has to do T-Rock after this. I mean, without Fire Rod, he can't do Skullwood, so he has to think that T-Rock is holding Fire Rod at that point. He won't know how deep in T-Rock it is, which is the insane part to me. Usually you find Fire Rod in the first, like, 3 or 4 chests. Not all the way back at Roller Room.
That was an amazing hammer yump. He did that literally with just going up there and that done. That was really good.
Some people have the positioning down on the fly to where they don't have to use the pause frames. Me, I have to use pause frames.
I still can't do hammering up. I can't do it.
It's hard for me to do it with anything other than the actual Link sprite.
Yeah, I still can't quite get it 100% figured out. It's one of those things where somebody's been trying to help me and things like that, and yeah, just still haven't figured it out. So where's Herbaceous going next? Gonna activate his flute, definitely.
So for chat, Bow can be in Ice Palace. It can be in Ganon's Tower. It can also be in the remainder of T-Rock.
Yep.
I think we've checked pretty much all the overworld already, except for locked locations. We've checked all the open locations.
Could be in Skullwood's big chest. Could be in the Ice Palace big chest. Could still be in Turtle Rock on the right-hand side. Could be on Trinex. And Roy Master 4 is asking, bow is only needed because of those mimics on the way up GT. That is absolutely correct. There are red mimics, and you can only kill those with a bow.
I'm pretty sure someone went in there one day and tried to smash them with every other object in the game.
And that was your Swag Duck anthem there, folks.
Ooh.
If you want to get your salutes into chat.
Was he too low, or yeah, he's too low. Okay, I thought he got clipped by the fire rod on a good jump.
I think he was actually too low. He's not getting that 1 pixel. I think he's still too low. Yep.
Yeah, he's trying to do it too fast. I think he just needs to slow down a little bit.
He's got it. That's it.
Like I said, I think he feels like he's behind.
Oh, he has to.
That's why he's trying to fly.
He has to feel like he's behind. Honestly, I would too. I would feel like I'm behind. That cane on Hobo would make me feel behind because of Fake Flipper.
Well, what he doesn't know is that Herbaceous got a really, really, really late flute.
Yes. That's the big thing. He doesn't know that Herbaceous has got a late flute, like, has not gone to pod. He doesn't know that he has a let me see here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 crystals. He's got 4 crystals to Herbaceous's 3. And that's big. And he's about to get a 4th one. Or excuse me, a 5th one. I can't count. Counting is hard, so is talking.
Herbaceous still needs Quake too. Can't even get into Misery Mire yet.
Quake was easy find, I thought, because
was it in Desert?
I think so, because I think Lewd found that pretty quick after going and checking Mire.
Okay, is he gonna go check Checkerboard Cave?
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, he is. But the book didn't really pay off, though. There was literally nothing required by the book.
That is very true. Book was worthless. I hate this room because of these red jellyfish. They always troll. Always getting in the way and just having to spam.
Yep, somebody clipped the bufferless hammer yump. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. That's always impressive to see for anybody. So he's going to head into Desert. He's going to get a lot of his value out of Desert. Oh, man.
And we've still not found the bow.
Lewd keeps finding arrows instead of the bow. That is like the biggest poke in the eye you can get.
Well, here's the bad part. He's probably going to dip into Mire thinking the big key for Mire might be inside of it. I mean, the problem for Herbaceous at this point is the Swamp Palace Big Chest is probably going to be the furthest thing on the back of his list.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. That is
like, literally, that would probably be the last item on my list to check at this point.
I can tell you that is going to be the killer. That's going to be the killer. That's where lead comes into play. Lewd has a lead until Herbaceous actually goes and checks Swamp.
And like I said, I don't think he's going to do it until the very end.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Why would you?
Because you wouldn't want to reopen that dungeon. Just reopening that dungeon and that not having anything would be like 2 or 3 minute time loss. The fact that the big key for Skullwoods,
Which could lead to the bow. He's going to be getting all these single item checks and single spot checks to find the bow, because we haven't found Mushroom yet either. It could be behind Mushroom. Oh, Keysanity, you fickle person, you.
Oh, so for people asking about the schedule, all 4 Speak Gaming channels, they're an hour apart, will have a race. So the next one should have already started. We're going to have another one starting in just a minute.
If you're enjoying this, first of all, follow LewdDolphin, Herbaceous Meteor. Second of all, there are, let's put this into perspective for you. Tomorrow alone has 25 matches. And there is a plan to try and make sure all of them are on some channel. Maybe not Speed Gaming 1, 2, 3, or 4, but there is also ALTTPR, or Randomizer 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then what is the other one? I always forget the other one.
Randomania.
Randomania 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there is also races that are going to be on those. Follow them all, because you will get the alerts and you will be able to see them.
Sakura's correcting you.
Yeah, 23. Thank you, Sakura, and this is why we love you, and this is why your sub baby is very, very worth it.
Sakura's sitting here correcting us in chat, and she's about to start commentating in 10 minutes with the shades over on Speed Gaming 2.
Tisk tisk, Sakura. You have things you have to do.
We also have a race on Speed Gaming 3 an hour and 10 minutes from now, and a race on Speed Gaming 4 2 hours and 10 minutes from now.
So quite a bit coming up. There is a bunch of things happening. If you like Keysanity and you like Link to the Past Randomizer, come on over. That was actually really, really weird. Did you see that on LewdDolphin's side?
No.
He got caught by the bonk rock, or the little squirrel, and he got hit by a cabbage to get knocked through it. So he got through and didn't get caught by getting damage boosted. But he's making the right play. He's going to Turtle Rock. That's going to open this up. And until Herbaceous checks that swamp big chest, it's gonna get more and more painful.
Yeah, Lewd's going for T-Rock, so that's actually a really good sign for Lewd.
And on top of that, Herbaceous is probably feeling behind now because of finding Ice Rod in the desert.
Well, here's the fun part. Like, Lewd's about to go get Fire Rod, and the GT Big Key was in here too, right?
The GT Big Key was...
No, it was in here or Skull?
It was on Moth.
Okay. So
Moth,
yeah, I mean, he's going to go here, finish up T-Rock, as long as he skips the one chest. And then, he's got all 4 T-Rock keys. He can full clear it.
Yeah. I mean, if I... Ooh, what if? What if?
I mean, Bo could be in that chest.
Yeah.
Another trolley location because nobody likes checking that chest.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're talking 4 chests compared to 1. I mean, why would you check it if you don't have the keys? Keysanity literally will make you do that.
I mean, it's that or right side of the right side fire locked area that Herbaceous decided not to check.
Yeah, you know, I get why Herbaceous didn't check it, because a quick mirror is hard to do, especially when it takes you back to where Mimic Cave's at. But even then, yeah. To address chat again, yeah, it's a lead now, man. It's a lead without a doubt, because we're talking about Herbaceous 1 needing to go check a spot that just you're not going to check unless you just get like just a random inkling of, hey, I need to go check these single spots, and you happen to go to Swamp first, and that takes the most time out of any single big chest check, like Skullwoods and stuff like that.
The good news for him is he's locked out of a lot of stuff. I mean, he can go full clear Ice Palace, but he's locked out of the rest of Mire. He's locked out of the rest of... I mean, he can go finish T-Rock if he wants.
That's probably where he'll go.
But he's actually kind of getting to the point where he's locked out of stuff until he goes back and finds it. But it's just the spot that he left because he didn't have the big key at the time, and what it happened to be is just unfortunate. And until, like Unknown Availability said, until he decides or gets like some ESP to go check that spot, which won't be until probably a lot later, Lewd definitely has the big lead right now.
Yeah, huge. Because
I think this is Lewd's race to lose at this point.
It really is. It's going to take some catastrophic falling apart for this to really go out of Lewd's favor. And that can happen. It's unfortunate, and it's not anything that was a mistake, because you don't know where the keys are. Not having that big key just hurt so bad. Now he has it, though, and he might not even remember not checking it. He might look at his tracker and think, oh yeah, I've had the big key, or something to that effect, and not even make a note of that. So there's plenty of things that can just hurt on that fact, but
he did stop when he picked up the key and looked at it for a second.
Yeah, so the pause is definitely an indicator that he'll probably make that note, that mental note. Hopefully he just makes that play, because if he does, we could have a tight race on our hand.
I still think that Lewd's almost in too big of a lead at this point. Even if Herbaceous goes straight there, it's still going to be hard for Lewd to lose. Because right now, I mean, Herbaceous is in a dungeon that, he can't full clear.
Very true.
So he's requiring himself to double dip it.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Lewd's definitely done less of the double dips and things of that nature. He's managed to route a little bit more cleanly.
And you can think it's because he didn't sequence break.
Honestly, yes. Yeah. The lack of sequence breaking is probably what helped him here.
Because without sequence breaking, he found everything in the order he was supposed to, which means he found the Swamp Palace big key before he went to Swamp. Because he didn't have flippers until way later.
Yeah. And this is one of those things where we saw it in the poor Lewd trying to prevent himself from getting hit. He went around in a circle a few times. But there's plenty of times where like a lot of these great runners, one that I'll point out that was almost made a name for himself for taking chances and like making good plays on risks. Kranzoon, the second place finisher in the last tournament we had, he made a name almost for just making these gambles, and it paid off, and they were good gambles. He thought about it, took time, and it just worked in his favor. And good gambles will do that, but sometimes doing certain glitches and that are minor and possible to sequence break can hurt, because finding the cane early was actually Herbaceous' downfall.
Yeah, so like I thought, he's going to go to Ice because that's his last full clear location. Once he's done here, though, that's going to be the question on where he goes next.
Yeah, and Ice really didn't have much outside of, I don't think it had much at all, actually.
And shout out to Ack for gifting a sub to the Dragoth. Thanks, Ack.
And welcome to the family of the Dragoth. Thank you very much. Enjoy your emotes. LewdDolphin doing a really clean Trinex fight. Wow.
Yeah, he needs to do Ice Palace. Ice Palace is not the bad play. It's just what he does after Ice Palace is going to determine his time for this race, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, as far as he knows, he thinks Ice Palace is going to have the Misery Mire Big Key. So we're hoping for a lot for him.
Or Bo. So we still haven't found Bo. That's important to know. We still do not know where Bo is.
Yeah, we're waiting for bow mode, like one of those rare bow modes.
I do want Lewd to go straight back in right here and check the firelock side. And he is.
Oh yeah, he's going right back in.
Get this knocked out. Doesn't have to think about T-Rock anymore. He'll go do Skull after this. If it's not here and he doesn't find it in Skull, I assume he'll do Fat Fairy prior to Ganon's Tower. I mean, but that actually is a good question on whether he would do Fat Fairy prior to Ganon's Tower.
That is a good question. Honestly, I probably would just go to GT and then do Fat Fairy after the fact. Talking about 20 some odd locations compared to, oh god, the mushroom. At least it's an easy check. At least with Flute, you can just hit it and go.
I probably would. I mean, when it's easy checks like that, and like I said, with Fat Fairy, it's not. They have the Ganon portal, so I mean, Fat Fairy is a super easy check. I would try to check both before GT.
Check both Fat Fairy. Well, this one's easy because you got the quick Flute out and go. But you would also check Fat Fairy.
I would check Fat Fairy because think of it this way: they have the Ganon portal. So you just you get the bomb, walk north, mirror over to Dark World, or mirror into Light World, and then go through the portal in the pyramid. It's the quickest Fat Fairy check you can do.
Yeah, it is. That's not a bad point. It's still one of those things that takes you further away from going in Ganon's Tower. It's a completely different area, and it's only 2 items. Where even though
you don't want to go into Ganon's Tower and not find the bow.
Very true. Very true.
Because that's more of a time loss.
I have a feeling that Bo is going to be behind Boots. I think
it can also be Skull with Big Key right here.
It's very true. That is also very true. There's so many locations.
And he is going to check this on his way to clear, which I like.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the way Lewd plays, I expect him to do it. Like I expect him to do this, and because of how easy Fat Fairy is, as long as he remembers that is a check he can do, I assume Fat Fairy's next.
Slow down, Lewd.
Yeah, Lewd's speed on his pixel movements are a little off.
How many falls do you take until you're just like, all right, we're going vanilla?
Alright, for chat, Pet is dead. The trolliest thing that can happen at this point is they find Boots in GT with no bow. And one of the outside locations is Boots locking the bow.
Okay.
That's the trolliest thing left. Well, I mean, it was an item. At least it wasn't like 300 rupees or something. And Cape is actually useful if tile room is needed.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cape is not the most useless item to get. Brian would have been way more useless. That's right, he hasn't checked this yet either.
No, he hasn't done anything in the back half of Skull Woods.
He was so interested by
He already has 2 small keys too, so he didn't even have to steal the one from the pot in this room. Still going to. I don't know why though.
habit.
Probably. He probably didn't realize he had to.
I will say this too though. This is gonna he's still gonna have to check chest. I was gonna say this is gonna save him from having to freak out about that GT key. He's gonna find this and be happy about that, so
Yeah, but he still has to check it for bow. There's
yeah.
no way you can leave behind that chest. That's what I'm saying. That's why I would do. That's why I would do the Fat Fairy, is because I wouldn't want to leave behind a chest like that this late in the race, especially if you feel like it's close or you know, this is look at the time on it. We are almost 2 hours in.
Yeah, and by the by, that was some professional hookshot strats in that room. I have never seen that. That was insane how he just one after the other, hook, 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 done.
Oh man, Activacher is making a comment that currently the bow is the second GT big key.
The truth in that statement. Because literally, yeah, you cannot go past the GT. You can't even get to the GT big key door without the bow.
All right, so he has a big key for Ganon's Tower now. That's probably a sigh of relief.
I can imagine both these runners are feeling behind though.
Oh yeah, with how late some of the checks came in. But that's just the way the seed laid out. I mean, this seed hasn't been overly trolly. It's actually been fairly good to him.
Decently. Everything's kind of been, other than the forced routing that it's making you do and not letting you finish TR and before other ones, like forcing you to go into TR with to get the fire rod and things like that to come back to Skull Woods. It's been pretty nice and not forcing you to do long searches. The bow is gonna be in somewhere that's probably close by, and Herbaceous is wondering where he's got to go.
It can't be Boots and Bow on Torch because Boots, the 2 pendant dungeons are bow required, so Bow cannot be pedlocked. Ped is dead. Has been for a while.
Yeah, 100% dead.
Oh, Herbaceous is not knowing what to do.
Yeah, he's
all his money's getting eaten one at a time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give your energy to Herbaceous. We want him to go straight to Swamp. We want him to check Swamp.
Alright, so he is not making the Fat Fairy gamble. He's actually going to make the GT gamble. Hopefully Bo is in GT.
I mean, in all honesty, I agree with this. You're talking a small chance of it being in those 2 locations.
I know, but it's Fat Fairy Crystals locked. I mean, with those being the last two dungeons and Bo not being required for anything except for GT, I would have checked it. Because, look, so with the portals they have, that check is going to cost you what? Maybe a minute if it's wrong?
Yeah.
How much? If this is wrong, how much time is that going to cost? If you didn't even have to do the basement of GT.
That is very true. That is very true.
I mean, to me, the time loss for one is way less than the time loss for the other. Now, I don't see the error in either choice. I'm just saying, me, myself, I would have made the other gamble because it would have been less of a time loss if it was there.
Yeah, and honestly, that's how you have to look at things. You're absolutely right. Neither choice is wrong. It's just a matter of how do you look at it.
True, they haven't checked the green pendant either.
No, they haven't. They haven't checked Sasha. That's hilarious. Honestly, they haven't even checked Lumberjack Cave. It could be there, and they just need boots. Oh, that's funny. That's just too much.
So now we're at 4 locations outside of GT. It could be, and that's not even including the other 2 boost lock locations.
Oh man, this is nuts. This is almost as good as the seed the other day that trolled with a sword.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, clearing all the way to Agatu, killing Agatu and having to take 15 extra minutes to go find a sword.
I watched that one the other day. That was pretty crazy. Oh, he is going to do the early tile room check. I do like this.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
I do this personally. I know a lot of people skip it, but I just do it just to get it out of the way.
It's you know, it's another one of those things. If it's not here, you just wasted time. But if it is here, you didn't. It's just how you look at each individual thing. It's the same argument for Fat Fairy comparing to come into GT. So
And yes, Shady Force, this is the mathematically best play. Yes. There is 22 locations they can check without the big key. Or, well, 23 locations without the bow. So he's got 23 shots at the bow. And only 6 outside of it.
With all honesty, too, it's one of those things of, you know, IB makes a very good point. If you go ahead and check Fat Fairy, you lose less time by checking Fat Fairy and it not being there than checking all of GT and it being there. It's a matter of how you want to look at it and your time loss or time gain, mathematically or not. Both of them are very viable thoughts. So,
like, if it's in here, that's great. I mean, if it's in there, that's great. So if it's in there, then you know, he saved a bunch of time. If it's not in here, that's where it doesn't pay off. And so far, it's not. There's the riot shield.
I have seen the riot shield in that spot literally 4 times in the last like 6 races that I've seen.
Ice Palace Big Key could also be in here, by the way.
It could. It could. And that could mean Bo and Boots in the Ice Palace Big Chest going to a Boots locked location for Bo. There is so much pain in this. It's just a matter of what we find first and where to go to get what we need.
So to put it in odds perspective for everybody, we've got 23 chests inside of GT, and then we've got, if they find Boots in GT, there's a total of 6 more locations outside of GT that's not been checked. So you're looking at 29 total locations. So it's a 6 out of 29 chance that it's not in GT.
Chat does make a good point though. The Ice Palace Big Key cannot be in here. It was a crystal, so we needed it to get into here, and logic dictates you would need to have it in order to get the crystal.
Well, here, you know what that makes me think? That makes me think Bo's not in here then, because the only other place logically that the Ice Palace Big Key could have been in would have been either Potter or Armos.
I mean, Ice Palace Big Key could have been in the
Fat Fairy.
Fat Fairy, and it could have also been on Sahasrahla. There's plenty of places it could have been. It could have been in all the places.
Those are both true, but I mean, that just, to me, that makes it more likely that the bow's not in here. And we're down to what, 8 locations in here?
Just about
10. 10. Sorry, 10. I always forget this one and Bob.
The real likelihood, though, is we could have a Boots being in here. That's a real likelihood. I feel like I've been saying it all day. I feel like Bo is locked behind Boots.
Somebody else made a good point. Pod wasn't even, like, Pod's not even fully logical yet. I mean, we were still missing stuff for logic. There it is, though.
The Bo. Bo and random.
Bo mode. So, Ice Palace Big Key had to either be on Fat Fairy or Sahasrahla.
And I have seen Bo behind Ice Armos. I will say that. Somebody mentioned that in chat. It's not fun having to swing through Ice Armos and kill those guys. Even with Butter Sword, it's just not fun. Yeah, so this is without a doubt Lewd's race to lose. This will take a lot of catastrophic failure in order for Herbaceous to catch up.
And this is not something I'd ever wish on a runner. It would take our console crash at this point, or an emulator crash. I mean, I don't even think he could fall enough to Ganon at this point for it to matter.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because we're still missing the Misery Mire Big Key out of Swamp on Herbaceous' side. I mean, it's a lot. I assume that Herbaceous is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes behind at this point, still, at this point in the race.
Yeah, just depending on how, I mean, it's getting to a point to where he doesn't really have many other check, but it's getting to a point to where he's going to have to figure out where to go. Because, you know, Sasha, we have the locations we were talking about. He can't he can go check Fat Fairy. He can. There's locations that he can check that is going to not be that Swamp Palace big chest. And the gauntlet is giving Lewd a little bit of trouble. But that can happen to anybody.
Well, it's because he thinks he's behind. And also when you're used to doing this with boots and you don't have boots. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This room, I hate this room with a passion.
Oh, that Stalfos rocked right into it.
That perfect. Perfect. Yeah, he didn't even get the fairy, the safety fairy.
So I think Herb's like thinking between Herbaceous thinking between Swamp and Fat Fairy.
Go in.
You're not in Dark World.
You're not in Dark World. Go open the thing. Go.
The fact that he's there though is a good sign.
Yeah.
But he can check Fat Fairy too.
I'm glad he's going to Swamp. I'm glad he's in the area. Come on, you can do it. Go south.
This will probably put it closer to the 20-minute mark if he decides to go do it.
Go south.
No, he just checked. He realizes he has Fat Fairy crystals. He's gonna do that first. As soon as he checked and looked at the crystals, I knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because 2 chests is better than 1.
Yes, it is. Just like 20 is better than 2. Oh. Poor Herb. It is a quick check, though. Honestly, I don't blame him for doing this. 2 is better than 1. You can easily come back down. This is not a bad check. Watch him find boots in the Fat Fairy. Oh.
That would make up at some time, but not enough at this point.
No, it wouldn't make up any time, because he would probably go check boots locked locations.
That's true. I was just saying it would make him clear things faster.
Yeah. Oh,
because Lewd is about 5 minutes away from beating the seed.
Yeah. And Ganon's going to be a breeze for him. I mean, tempered sword Ganon with silvers is going to be a breeze.
There's the big key for ice. So the game intended you to beat T-Rock and Skullwoods before doing Ice Palace.
Yes, it did.
Now, what's funny is he may go check Ice Palace before he checks Swamp Palace.
Oh, don't do that. You're so close to Swamp.
It's an easier check, though.
Yeah, I realize that. Doesn't make it any less painful.
Oh, what is he?
Lewd getting a 2 on Agatu.
Okay, he is going to 4.
Good. Good. Go to Swamp.
He hovered over 7 and then went to 4, so my guess is he is going Swamp. He's going for the worst possible choice because I think he feels that something happened that wasn't supposed to happen.
Good play, Herb. Good.
This will make it like maybe not 30 minutes, but still it's going to be a huge time loss. There's going to be a huge time difference. It's probably still going to be about 30 minutes.
In Keysanity, Misery Mire is one of those pretty easy go mode dungeons. He'll be able to go through there. It's just going to be a matter of where he decides to go to find Bo. Does he do a lot of other checks before going to Ganon's Tower? You know, it's... Where does he go? Meanwhile, LewdDolphin is starting his Ganon fight. We got bacon on the menu right now, so...
We're already in phase 2.
I'm glad Herb is checking Swamp. It's one of those things where, even in losing a race, you never want to see a forfeit. You never want to see a forfeit. Those are just not fun to see. And we are on phase 3 on LewdDolphin's side. We know Herb is going to get his big key and probably run straight to Meyer. And Ganon's going to tell us information we already know. Did you find my arrows in the dark world? And LewdDolphin, of course, says, why, yes, I did. Let me shoot you with one.
Alright, so we're at 3 hits.
Ooh, don't... Ooh.
He got it.
He almost walked right off the edge, though.
Alright, GG LewdDolphin. Everybody give a GG's in chat. Yeah, green pendant could have been boots. I wish somebody had checked it.
I know, right?
I want to know if my call out was good.
He walks through the door, and his simulator actually crashed. Oh man, he actually did walk through the door though. So his dot done is in, and he finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 50 seconds. That is kind of concurs.
I am so glad it didn't crash fire.
I know, I'm thinking that myself. Oh, I'm just like, oh man, not like right as he's swinging at Ganon, just crash. I think he did have a recent save and quit though. I hope, because Lord knows how many items he may have missed without saving and quitting. FF Guru 78, it is a win. Yes. You're asking, well, is this a win? He entered the door. That is when time ends. That's when it is done. Not when you see the Triforce.
Hey, Lewd.
Hello.
So.
Well, I almost cursed you.
So my SNES 9X crashed because my controller disconnected and reconnected, and SNES doesn't like it when you unplug things.
Yes. I've had to switch my controller because of that. I understand completely. But no, I said you were in such a big lead going into GT that I said it would take something like an emulator crash for Herbaceous to even have a chance. But luckily you made it through the door first.
Yeah, you made it through the door and got in there. How behind did you feel when you found either one, the sword in Ice Rod Cave, or the cane on Hobo?
I felt upset that I I opened Turtle Rock and then remembered I didn't have the cane. And then I got the cane, I'm like, oh, well, I should have gone here first. And after doing the Hobo and Zoro sequence, I remembered, oh yeah, I had Bobo, so I could have cleared Ice Palace at that time. Oops.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was needed, so.
I didn't really feel like I was behind so much because the seed took you all over the place. I was pretty stoked to have like an immediate, easy, early Aghanim seed. Like, it was pretty obvious getting both of the keys in East Palace. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm going up Aghanim's Tower now.
So something we're super. Maybe you'll be able to check this and tell us later. But we wanted to know, you guys got green pendant super early. Nobody ever checked it.
I wanted to check it when I was going back to Pod and EP.
I want to know if it was boots. Because I called vanilla boots at the beginning of the race. And nobody found it.
And nobody checked, nobody
I haven't
checked.
saved in such a long time. I only have 3 crystals, so I can't actually
Oh no.
just beat GT or beat Ganon to like see what my item count was. I can at least turn in the green pendant though.
That would definitely answer that. Nobody checked the lumberjack cave either. Both of you just walked right past it, and the whole time we're just sitting there going, "What is in lumberjack cave?"
Which is amazing because you guys had an Aga 1 required seed.
Yeah. In Keysanity, like, I've been putting off the lumberjack check since it's not always, like, you don't always get both of the castle tower keys until forever later in the seed. And then this one was super early, but we still didn't have boots either, so...
And that's what I'd mentioned. I was like, without boots, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, so right now, to put you in perspective, Herbaceous is finally beating Vitreous. He didn't have the Swamp Palace big key when he went to the swamp the first time, so didn't get the Misery Mire big key.
And a lot of that was because he went to Hobo on a sequence break and got the cane, and it kind of just led him other places. So, not vanilla boots.
Okay. That makes you feel better. So where could Boots have been? Boots could have been Ice Palace Big Chest, because we found the Ice Palace Big Key finally.
GT.
And the rest of GT. 2 more chests in Rando Room, and the 3 Ice Armos and Bob. That's it. That's the only other places that it could have been, though. Well, no, it could have been in the bow lock sections.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to be able to check those, but I can't.
Oh, you saved recently?
You have all your crystals.
Yep, bow too. So
I have 3
it saved you. No, on our okay, yeah, our screen is tracker.
I mean the tracker, yeah, but the actual game file.
I forgot that they don't actually.
I did too for a second when you said that. I was like, wait. I looked down. I was like, wait, he has everything.
It's like, yeah, you're fine, dude.
Well, we know this can't be bow because bow is required for it. So a single green rupee.
Hush, Fulgen. Oh, that's funny. Oh, a single green rupee over there. That's even funnier.
Yeah, so Herbaceous is making the right play. He's going straight to GT as well.
Yeah, that's good on him. I'm glad he's going straight there. That's making, even with the fact that just not having that big key set him back so far, he's making the right plays.
Yeah, so there's not very many places Bo can be though.
It's very
boots,
limited.
Sorry, boots.
Yeah, boots. I mean, even with Bo, for him, for Herbaceous, it's still pretty limited. So, you kind of touched on it, Lude, with mentioning, you know, how the seed took you all over Hyrule creation. What are your overall thoughts on it? Do you feel like there were that you made some really good plays, really solid ones? Did you feel like there was anything you could have actually done better in routing or anything like that? What are your thoughts?
I could have not checked Thieves Town. That's just a little bit of a joke because of my last race. I didn't check Thieves Town, and Thieves Town had progression. And this time, I checked Thieves Town as soon as I could. You know, first 4 chests didn't have anything, and then I checked it later, and then the next 3 chests didn't have anything. So don't check Thieves Town, guys. It never has anything.
The big chest didn't have anything either. It was just a 10 bomb upgrade. That's all it was. We saw that from Herbaceous because, oddly enough, when you went into Thieves Town and got that crystal, you didn't have the small key. When he did have the small key, but in complete flip-flop, you had the big key while you were in Swamp Palace. He didn't. So that could have very easily been the other way around.
Right, yeah. And that Mire big key in Swamp. And Swamp also had another big key, I think, that was required.
Swamp
Palace.
Swamp did, Palace. Yes. Swamp was actually very required. It had Hera, and it had something else as well.
Bombos, wasn't it?
Possibly. It had a couple of keys that were required without a doubt. Because we were talking about Green Pendant Swamp and how it always seems to be required. So, no, Lude's not really hunting for boots right now. Just kind of running around while we're watching Herbaceous do right side right now.
Well, he's checking what he could for us for boots. We don't know where boots is. Boots is either As of right now, in the bow lock section of Eastern or Pod, or it's in it's going to be in the rest of GT from the looks of it, because it's not on PED. It wasn't green pendant turn in.
Shout out to Niavel for actually updating the tracker and dropping the bow and the fire rod off. Oh man, that's funny.
That's a pro tracker right there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You have to update my crystals too, and the knowledge I have on them.
I wonder, honestly, you know, we might actually see the boots from Herbaceous, though. Oh no, he did the,
Oh, I don't have enough keys for this. Or no, I do. Never mind. Wait.
I've done that. I've done this before.
Wait.
Accidentally open that top left chest, go all the way down, and then go left. You got it. There you go. Was there any other chests that you could check in here?
No, I'm trying to get what I need to go back into GT.
Oh, okay. Oh, you only have 3 crystals, though, man. Wow.
Yeah, I somehow won the seed, but I only have 3 crystals, so,
Yeah, right? GG. No cheating here. No joking. Completely joking. Absolutely joking.
Yeah, Ether was on Laser Bridge, so I should not have Ether right now, Tracker.
Yeah, Niavel, come on now, man. Get with the times, dude. Yeah, and just for 100% confirmation, Vol'jin is also in chat to reconfirm this. We're good. Everything is good on Lewd's end. Lewd did officially win this race. It is when you hit that pixelization going through the door that time ends. So actually seeing the ending screen is not required. It's getting into the door.
Yeah, so the Triforce text is still a mystery to everyone.
Yes. Maybe you'll have to run this seed yourself.
We're going to see it from Herbaceous' side in a minute.
Yes, we will. Unless he disconnects his... Well, no, he's playing on a console, so...
Well, console crash is even worse.
Yeah. But I'm gonna ask you to not say that, Ivy. I think there's fewer, like, actual possibilities or ways for a console to crash that's not, like, hardware related. Where, like, SNES 9X literally, like Lewd said, the actual controller unplugging will just cause a weird glitch.
Yeah, because I used to use a PS4 controller, but I went and bought a Buffalo because of that issue.
I actually use an Xbox One controller, and I love it. I don't know why I've never used it before on Windows. And unfortunately, Herbaceous does take a death in a very unfortunate location. Okay. Herbaceous is taking a forfeit, unfortunately. I definitely understand this. I get that. I understand. So unfortunately, he
Oh, he's saying it could have took forever if because of the bow, but oh, he was so close to the bow.
I bet you 100% though what he did was he pulled up IRC chat and probably saw the dot done and was like, I'm not gonna waste time. Is probably what he did, and I would have done the same. I can't.
Herbaceous is coming in to talk to us though. Hey Herb, what's up? GG's first of all.
Hi there. Hey.
GG.
Your death was... Where were you in GT when you died?
I was in a room no one ever dies in. It's the room where you just hit a switch when there's spikes on bouncing back. It's like almost right before the rando room.
Which is where Bo was, by the way.
Are you serious? Oh my god! If I had just hung in there a little bit longer, oh my god, I could have
Yeah.
at least finished my game. Oh jeez, I just felt like when when I saw that you had done, I was like, Ganon's tower has got to not be it. He must have found it somewhere else. And I was just thinking, I could make Speed Gaming watch me just run around for the next hour trying to find this bow, or I could just forfeit. Just go ahead and move, so we can all get on with our lives, basically.
Well, I mean, the big game changer in this whole race was the Misery Mire Big Key.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the Misery Mire Big Key. I'm assuming you had it basically when you first went in the swamp,
Yeah.
Yes.
as opposed to me. Okay.
That was the big difference. He had the Swamp Palace big key when he went in, so he got that key.
Yeah, dang it. I had a feeling as soon as I picked up that Misery Mire key from the Swamp Palace big chest, I was just like, I bet he got this first time through. This is killing me.
Yeah. Chat has your back, though, man. Everybody's saying don't sweat it. It happens to even the best runners, man. Don't sweat it. That is the nature of randomizer. Things happen.
Oh yeah.
both
Oh yeah.
of
No,
you had an
I'm
amazing
kind
race.
of relieved as well, to be perfectly honest. I feel mostly just relief at this point. Oh man, and especially like LewdDolphin is such a great player, and I'm happy to go ahead and let him get a win off my back. Wonderful.
I'm happy to go ahead and take a win too. Just
Well, I almost cursed him out of his win, just so you know, Herbaceous.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that?
Because you were so far behind at this point. He was already in GT. I was like, it would take something significant, and I was like, I don't wish this on anybody, but it would take something like a console or emulator crash at this point for Herbaceous to catch up.
Wait,
And as soon as he pixeled into the doorway, his SNES crashed.
Oh god. Oh,
If it
Yeah.
had crashed 2 seconds earlier, it wouldn't have counted.
Literally, if it would have crashed as the like he had the sword in the air, if he would not have actually hit the door, it would have actually been a legit crash, and it wouldn't have been done.
Oh man. Oh, I'm glad you recovered from it then. Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt, because IB was just like, because there was a point where we were just hoping you went to swamp, and Lude was already fighting Ganon by the time you we were already
wow, was it that long ago? What? My god.
we were interviewing him, and you just had killed Vitreous.
Wow, yikes.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Well, I figured you were going to be about 20-25 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Because he was in GT. You still didn't have the.
I
the
genuinely
Misery Mire
can't
Big Key.
remember. But where was the Swamp Big Key? I don't suppose anyone remembers, do they?
Oh, good lord, I don't know. Somebody
What
in
was
chat
it I
remembers.
didn't check, so I didn't get that so I didn't end up getting that key.
Not
'Cause I
100%
remember when
sure.
I was in Swamp, I was looking at that big chest, and I was like, oh, I wish I had the big key. That's what I was thinking while I was in Swamp checking it.
Yeah,
I'll find out when I go back and watch it later.
Swamp Big Key was Pod.
that's it. Yeah, Swamp Big Key was Pod, and you put off Pod for so long and didn't have your flute and things like that, so you had missed quite a bit of stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I really wanted to put off Pod until, yeah, I knew I was gonna regret putting off Pod.
Yeah,
Dang it.
It happens.
I did get my
had
bomb
flute,
I did get
too.
my hammer yump first try though. So there's
oh,
that.
no.
I got a second try, so there you go.
You got clipped, by the way, Lude, for that one.
No, Herbaceous. Herbaceous.
Oh, was it
is the one that did it.
Herbaceous?
Yeah, Herbaceous. You did
The
it without
bufferless?
even doing the buffer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I just did it first
Okay.
try without buffer. 'Cause I don't know how to do it with the buffer. I gotta be perfectly honest. The buffer, I'm kind of bad with it, so I just sort of do it.
Well, then Herbaceous, you got a good clip out of this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, that's
honestly,
cool then. At least I got something out of it.
you won the hearts of chat for a couple different things. One, the bufferless, like, immediate just swag, stop, boom, hammer yump. Two, you picked up the validation arrow.
Oh yeah, I had to. Come on. Yeah. As soon
Arrow
as
of
when I picked
destiny.
that arrow up, I was like, "This is for anyone watching. This is just for you."
But I didn't need the arrow. I was at max capacity.
We do have confirmation from Volgen. Swamp Big Key was actually in pod in the compass chest, so 100% that's where it was at.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I would have lost even if I had gone a swamp or a pod early. So it's all good. Like I said, I'm really happy about this match, and also relieved that my tournament life is this
Well,
has been really difficult for me.
Well, hey, I still got to give you some mad propers on the hammer up, man. I still was like open mouthed from that. On top of the fact, both of you did an amazing job. Any last thoughts from either one of you about the seed or anything in general?
It was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and good job. Good game again to you, LewdDolphin.
Yeah, GG to you too. It was fun racing against you.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, you're a great guy, so
You're a greater guy.
Good luck in your future, matches and everything.
Yeah, and my future too.
Yeah, just in your general future as well.
Just good luck in my future, your past too. I hope that
Yeah, good luck in your past as well.
Yeah, good luck in your link to the past,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
So, yeah, puns are great. So I want to once again give a shout out to these two wonderful runners. They're obviously great competitors, great guys. LewdDolphin, Herbaceous, Meteor. Please go give them a follow. Fantastic gentlemen. On top of that, I want to give another shout out to Niovel doing a fantastic job on Tracker, tracking all the keys, all the items for you. Without him, this would not be possible. On top of the fact, IB Karma doing a fantastic job co-commentating with me. It's been a lot of fun, Karma.
Yep, and unknown availability for last minute filling in. There was actually nobody in the second slot for commentating, and he took time out of his day to come help commentate. So major props for that last minute help effort.
Absolutely.
Also, props to Chat. Chat for all the good calls, all the knowledge. Chat won the race overall.
Yeah, without a doubt. Chat without the fans, without Chat, this would not be possible. This would not be something we would be doing and getting into things like AGDQ and stuff like that, and getting such a big fan base. And without the community and without fans, this would not be here. Thank you, everybody, without a doubt. So I do want to say once again, have a wonderful day. There are plenty more races to go find. Speed Gaming 1, 2, 3, and 4. Randomania 1, 2, 3, and 4. ALTTP Randomizer 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of them are going to be being used during this Keysanity tournament because there are so many races. 23 coming tomorrow alone, and they're all going to try to be restreamed. So I want to thank you again for being a part of this great community. Have a great day, folks.